How often have you heard or maybe set a New Year's resolution to move more? Maybe that's the one you set this year. Moving your body is so healthy for us. It's a great way to start the new year. But here's a new perspective on that resolution. Maybe it's time to move, but not in the way of exercising. Rather, move as in get out of the way. I have the privilege of being a parent of two boys, and I can remember the point where my husband and I realized that we did not need to be the ones to fold all of their laundry. We didn't need to clear their dishes either or always remind them to do their homework. Because at a certain point, we needed to move out of the way and let them learn how to take responsibility. We needed to let them feel the consequences of not doing their homework or realize when they had clothes that they needed to wash. As you look ahead at this new year, is it time for you to move? Is it time for you to get out of the way? In the Bible, the book of Acts tells us the story of the early Jesus followers trying to figure out how to live in community together and also how to teach people the story of Jesus. See, they had certain rules and rituals that they followed, but they found that the Gentiles, those who were new to learning about Jesus, they also had their own rules and rituals. So one of the things they had to determine was what traditions to hold on to and what to let go of. And in chapter 15, they have an argument over this practice of circumcision. Some of these new believers argued that the Gentiles needed to be circumcised in order to truly keep the law of Moses. They went back and forth with this argument until eventually a man named James, he stands up and he quotes the prophet Amos, who promises that God is coming again to rebuild and to restore all of humankind without exception. And James says, "It's therefore my judgment that we should not make it difficult for the Gentiles who are turning to God." Sure, they have different religious practices, but they're willing to tell and to live the story of Jesus. So who are we to get in the way? It's time for us to move over. Sometimes we have the best intentions. We stick to our ground, or do things we've always done because they've worked. But as we start the new year, where instead might we need to move over and get out of the way?